welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, my name is Odds and we're going to be talking about Hawkeye episode 4. And shout out to myself because today is my birthday. So we get a lovely Hawkeye episode on my birthday. We got a lot to talk about, and we're going to talk about some questions, theories, thoughts. Last episode we talked a lot about Wilson Fisk. We did not get any payoff in this episode. I didn't really expect to get much payoff in this episode, but we did get payoff for Black Widow, so we will talk about that. Of course, spoiler warning for the episode. If you've not watched it, why are you watching this video? I mean, watch it, give it a thumbs up, but watch the episode first, guys. Like, come on. And if you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe. We are on the road to 400 subscribers, so that is very exciting. I would love to have you stick around. I do lots of videos, Star Wars, Marvel, beauty, vlogs. There's something on this channel for everyone, so I would love for you to stick around. And let's go ahead and get started with my recap. I think I might have mentioned that Shang-Chi is in the Marvel title sequence, which I think I might have pointed that out, but I don't remember. So I think maybe that I pointed that out in the Eternals review, but he is in the M of the Marvel logo, so that is a new thing. He is there. In terms of the episode, we start off with Jack is trying to get Clint because he thinks he's a home invader. So they all sit down and they all talk and they're like, what's going on here? And basically Eleanor tries to get Clint to forget the whole situation, the whole case, seemingly because she's worried about Kate. But it's because of Jack's involvement with the Tracksuit Mafia, which we then come to find out he is the leader of. So we thought that it was Fisk, the leader of the Tracksuit Mafia. I think that Fisk is probably just trying to assume other gangs in New York. So I don't think Fisk is automatically written off just because Jack is the CEO of the shell company that is in charge of the Tracksuit Mafia, but Fisk at least doesn't get any play in this particular episode. We find out Laura knows a heck of a lot, and she is able to track some stuff down. She was the one who figured out that Jack Duquesne was the CEO of Sloan Unlimited, the shell company. So she's able to do a lot of digging. She also is aware of the watch. We don't know what's going on with the watch now. That's coming in the questions. But we know it's tied to somebody's identity now. So it is a secret identity for somebody that they don't want to get out. I thought the Eleanor doesn't dance line was interesting. It makes me think of Guardians of the Galaxy, where Gamora doesn't dance, but then she becomes a dancer in there. Just a sign of love and affection. Although, you know, these two are clearly not the greatest people. Eleanor definitely knows what's going on. We just don't know her involvement as of yet. We see Clint and Kate decorate the apartment hideout for Christmas with a lovely little montage. Clint also then talks about meeting Natasha for the first time and his loss overall. So we get a lot of Natasha play in this episode, which is foreshadowing for when Yelena Belova shows up at the end of the episode, which we knew was coming because she was seen on set with this. So it wasn't too much of a spoiler, and with the end of Black Widow, we knew that Vals sent her. So that is interesting, or at least Val told her, seemingly to get her to go after Clint, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Kate is able to figure out that Clint is Ronin, based on the fact that he lost his family and the way that this is tied so closely, he's tied so closely to this. So I thought that was a little interesting. She was able to figure it out so quickly, but the tracksuits are not able to figure it out that quickly. Clint then goes to talk to Kazi about Maya and basically says you need to tell her to back off. But then they break in to get the watch and find out that it's Maya's apartment. So then Maya goes after Kate while Yelena then intercepts Clint and goes after him. Maya ends up leaving after the fight, realizing she's not going to win that one, and then Yelena, after getting her mask pulled off, ends up dipping out too. So I'm kind of shocked that Yelena didn't stay and fight, but, you know, she's probably trying to regroup. So because of the Black Widow being involved, Clint then ends the partnership with Kate and tells her that she cannot be a part of this anymore because it is too dangerous and he doesn't want to lose anybody else. So he does care about Kate to an extent, although he tries to act like he doesn't care. But he definitely cares, and we're going to see more of this partnership, I think. We're going to see more of this partnership, just not... It's just the pivotal moment where the hero is told that they can't do this anymore and they need to regroup and find out things themselves. I think there's going to be a lot to play with Jack and Kate, which gets Kate re-involved in this. She's also a very arrogant character, so she's going to use that arrogance to try to get herself back into the game, but it's going to be very dangerous for her. There's that line in the first episode where Eleanor says that Kate thinks she's invincible because she's young and she's rich, but that's not the case. So I think that this is really going to show, we're really going to see how she evolves from this arrogant character to someone who knows who they are, but knows their limits as well, which I think is going to be really interesting. Because right now, she's still the arrogant, confident character. Arrogance, confidence, double ends of the same sword. So I think we're really going to see that change in her. So, some questions and theories that we have on this episode. The biggest question is, who is the watch connected to? So the watch is hiding an identity of somebody. It's connected to somebody. Initially, I thought it was going to be the Pimtech that was used to travel through the quantum realm. Now, that's still possible, but I don't think so. Based on this series, I think it's going to be one of the other agents. Maybe it's a character we've seen before. Maybe it's not a character. Maybe it's a character we haven't seen before. I would lean more towards that it's a character we've already seen before. They said that's been out of the game for a while. So it has to be a character that has a secretive identity. So right now, I will be honest with you, I have no clue. I don't have any theories as to who it is. I just think it's somebody we've seen before, but we just don't know at this point who exactly it is. The next big question is, when will Fisk show up? Now, I'm saying when because I'm pretty positive he is. Vincent D'Onofrio was liking tweets saying that he was in the show. He could have just been trolling. He is a huge supporter of Marvel and his work on Daredevil, as well as the rest of the cast of Daredevil, which, by the way, Charlie Cox confirmed to be Daredevil in the MCU. So pretty awesome. I'm pretty positive Fisk is going to show up, and I think that they revealed that Charlie Cox is going to be Daredevil because Fisk is going to show up in this at some point. So there's 2 other episodes. I think he could be teased. I believe I mentioned this last episode. I think he could be teased in a kind of post-credit tag to show that he's taking over New York again. Or soft reboot, he's taking over New York and we don't know too much about anything else. We're acting like Daredevil seasons 1 through 3. think there's only 3 seasons. Yes, Daredevil seasons 1 through 3 just never happened. So I'm not sure how exactly they're going to handle the reboot, but I think he'll probably show up in the final episode in like a post-credit tag. I'd be really interested if he showed up in the next episode or episode 6 earlier on, but I don't think that it's something we're going to do. I think we're going to explore the characters that we've already introduced at this point. The last question is, what is Val's goal? This is a question I've had since Black Widow. Why is she trying to take out Clint? Is she trying to get somebody else in there? I think it's something about taking out the remaining Avengers to try to create the Thunderbolts team and the need for the Thunderbolts. So Val is trying to get her own little group of people out there. You know, she has U.S. Agent John Walker as their version of Captain America. She has a Black Widow type, so maybe she's just trying to get them to take out any supposed threats. Also, Val's doing some shady work, so if she can take out the Avenger, maybe that's the best option. But she doesn't have too much to worry about in terms of the remaining Avengers that are left, although Bruce Banner is still around, but he's doing his own science-y thing. And we have the new Avengers that are coming around, you know, with Sam Wilson. We still have Bucky Barnes involved. We have characters like Ant-Man, the Wasp, lots of characters like that going forward that will be in an Avengers roster. But I think by taking out anybody who might know anything about her operation, it might be kind of her goal there. So I believe that Clint probably knows a little bit about Val, and she's trying to make sure he gets taken out, that the threat is neutralized. So that's my thoughts so far on the episode and Hawkeye as a whole. Did you like this episode? Were you hoping for more? I know a lot of people were hoping for Fisk, so unfortunately he didn't show up, but we did get Yelena Belova into the Disney Plus series. So let me know your thoughts on the episode down below. As always, I've been Odds. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on Friday with a new video. Bye!